everyone, welcome to the 5th video that is focused on editing. So by now you should have filmed everything that you wanted and needed for your film and are ready to now take it into the editing process. Let's put it all together. But first, let's talk about software. So there are various different softwares that you can use, from advanced level like Avid and Premiere Pro, which industry use, to very beginner levels, which is very accessible and easy to use, like iMovie and Windows Maker if you use a desktop, a PC. What we're going to use for this purpose is iMovie, because again, like I said, it's very accessible, it's free, and it's very easy to use, and you can use it on a laptop or computer, or you can even use it on your phone. When I'm finished shooting, the first thing I do is I make sure to back up all of my footage. I would do this on a hard drive and I would label all the footage by the day of when I shot it. So I would have day 1, day 2, day 3, so on and so on. And whatever I shot on that day, I would upload it and put it into that folder. So it's backed up. Then I would move on to iMovie desktop. And there I would create a project, label that project, and then start creating folders. And within those folders, I will start uploading the footage into those folders, and I would make sure to label those folders. So again, I could do the same thing, day 1, day 2, day 3, and label those folders and upload the footage into those folders. Or I could create characters, so by character, or by scene, or by location, so whatever makes sense to you, that's what I would do. I would upload all of the footage into the project, but I would put them into folders within that project as well. So once you've opened iMovie, then you click on a new project and a film. You go to import media, and then it comes up with all of the footage that is available on your computer, whether that's on a external SD card, USB, or saved onto the computer itself, like the desktop. Find where it's located, select the footage that you want, and then click import. And then there you have it, it starts importing into your folders. So if you look on the bottom left corner, you can see there's little circles. That just means that it's there, but it's still downloading fully, so it's not completely there. So don't worry if it's a little bit slow, it just means that it's still downloading. So now what I want you to do is save the project. Sometimes you can save it to begin with, but sometimes it might just open a new project and it will just save it as My Movie. So to rename it, just click onto projects and then rename the film, then just press OK. So now what you want to do is you want to start adding your footage, your files onto your timeline. So there's two ways to do this. You could either just press add to the footage, or if you want to select a specific part, then you can find the footage, find where you want it to start from, press I for in, and then find the ending part, press O for out, and then you just drag and drop that selected part onto your timeline. There you are. So that's the two ways that you can add your footage onto your timeline. If you wanted to maybe shorten a part that's on your timeline already, you can watch over it, find where you want it to stop, select that, and then just drag and drop to where that cursor is. And there you are. So now if you want to cut a part that's already on your timeline, find where you want it to stop, select it, and then all you have to do is Command B, which is a nice shortcut to memorize, and that will then cut your footage in half. And then if that's the piece that you want to delete, all you got to do is highlight and press backspace, and then it gets rid of it. So jump cuts and zoom. So say you want to select a part and you want it to zoom, but you haven't done it in the filming process. What you can do is you can go to the section that you want, cut it, and this is the part that you want to zoom. So you go up to the top, go to the crop icon, select that, and then click on to Ken Burns, and there you will have the start and the end lettering. and that just suggests where the start of the zoom will take place and where the end of the zoom will take place. So to adjust that and to make sure that you zoom in even more if you want to, just adjust the box and find where you want it to stop. Once you have, then just click away, go back to the timeline, and then just watch what you've done and what you've created. So have a look and see that zooms in now. So you can do things in the edit. Now, if you want to jump cut something, so this part that's been selected, instead of it zooming in, you want it to just jump into a very zoomed in focus. So to do so, all you have to do is go to crop to fill, and then you have the box that you have to now adjust to what you want to be focused on. So exactly what is inside that box is what it would jump to. So once you've done that, click away and then have a little play and see. There you are. That's the jump cut. So now it's jumped straight into a more zoomed in focus. So once you've got all of your footage and you're happy with timeline, you want to now look at titles. At the top where it says My Media, Audio, Titles, click on Titles and then have a little look at the different types that are available to you on iMovie. If you find one that is suitable, then click on it and drag it down to where you want it to go. And all you've got to do is double click the title, and then you can just edit to what you want to be written. So type up what you want. Once you've done that, again, if you just click away, it will save it. So you can have a little play and see now that's been created. There you are, there's a title. And most titles have a sort of transition that is embedded already into it, which is quite nice, and you can find the right one that suits your film. Now let's look at color grading. So with iMovie, you can adjust the coloring of your footage. So if you go to the palette, and there you can see there's 3 different areas. One is for the contrast, one is for the colouring, and the other is for more warm and cool effects. So for this particular scene, I'm going to make it a little bit more darker and less colourful. So I'm going to adjust this, and then I'm going to make it a little bit more warmer. In fact, not warmer, so more cooler by adjusting the blue. And this just gives a more sort of extraterrestrial, ET, sort of out of this world kind of effect, which I was kind of going for. So if you adjust these colorings, you can then definitely change the tone of your film with just coloring. So now what you want to do is you want to, once you've clarified exactly what you want your film to look like, and you want it across the board, ideally, of all of your clips, what you want to do is you want to match the colouring. So you go to the icon that is half a circle, so the one next to the palette, click on that, click on match colouring, and then go to the file that has the colouring that you want. Then you click on that with the little sort of tool that it comes up with. Then once you've done that, it will then match the file that you want to resemble the colouring that you've changed already. So another way to adjust the colour palette is click on the palette, and then there's 3 lines. This middle one is just changing around the colouring, so you can make it black and white, or you can make it really colourful. This left one is changing the contrast, so you can make it extremely bright and overcasting, or you can make it really dark. And this far right one is more warm and more cool bluey effect. So do have a play with that and change around the colouring so you can make it more suitable to what you want it to look like. So there are loads of ways to adjust. There's auto here, there's white balance, there's match colouring like we talked about already, and there's skin tone. So don't be afraid to have a play and adjust your colouring. You can always revert it back if you don't like it, but do experiment with your colour palettes. So now let's look at sound. So if you go to the top again, you go to audio, this has a long list of loads of sound effects and even loads of songs, so instrumental songs. So do have a look and listen to all of the different things that are on there, because I'm sure there may be something that is useful to add to your film, and even just give some sort of ambience of what kind of feel you want. So have a look and have a play with all the things that are on there. Now to actually add some sound onto your film and onto your timeline, you find one that you want, click on it and drag it and drop it down to where you want it to go. And that's basically it. So again, click and drag and drop. So and you can also move it around to where you want it. You can do the same thing with the footage, and you can cut with Command B. You can shorten. You can do all of that stuff as well to your sound, and you can overlap sound. So have some fun. Transitions. So again, it's at the top. There's transitions, and there's a wide selection of different ones. For this purpose, I'm going to use the fade to white. So all I've got to do is click it and drag and drop to where I want it to go. There you are. So do have a look to see the different ones that are available. It's a great way to just move into the next image that is being displayed on your film. So do have a play, and don't be afraid to be experimental as well. So once your timeline is complete and you're happy with what you have down there and you want to export it, go to the top right where it's got the arrow pointing in the box. Here you can find the different ways that you can export your film. So if you click on File, this then exports it into a movie. And here's the different sort of specifications that it has, and you can change, rename the film if you want to. Once you're happy with all of that, then just click Next. And there you go. You can find where it will be saved. You can change that as well if you want to. And once you're happy, then just click Save and it makes your film. So hopefully this has given you an insight on how to edit on iMovie on a desktop. If you're going to use your phone, it's very transferable. The tools and the shortcuts are very similar, so do download that, and it's very easy to navigate through that as well. So good luck with that. If you're using your PC or your Android, then there are apps that you can use as well, and also Windows Movie Maker is quite similar. Again, it's very accessible and it's free, and it's very easy to navigate as well, like iMovie. So download that, use that if that's more accessible for you. Perfect, so good luck with editing. Do have some fun, be creative, you know, don't be too precious. Don't be too precious with the edits. Be experimental and have fun. So good luck, and I can't wait to see all of the edits put together, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!